Is there really such a thing as perfection in design?
Absolutely not.
Of course not. Can't be. Otherwise there'd be no iteration, which means there would be no innovation. To me, the only natural leadership quality is humility. The necessity to champion others more than yourself. And I think that's what people follow. I think the ability to inspire and have humility. The firm was founded under the notion that if you invested in the firm invested in you. In actual fact, the fruits of your labour, the creative fruits of your labour should provide you a quality of life, personally, a quality of life. And that's never changed in our firm. Employee ownership was the platform and the structure of our firm, and that the culture of that's only been nurtured. Our belief in our impact in our community and the responsibility of what we do hasn't changed in the firm over the years. Never considered commoditizing what we do just to add a bottom line value to the firm. We've always seen a higher value to what the meaning of what we do is. So there's been some real kind of core value beliefs that haven't really changed over the years. When I first joined the firm 27 years ago, we were just about to embark on what we called our first visioning session. And the centre of the vision became our brand promise, and that is to elevate the human experience through design. Your life should be impacted in a positive way because we have designed something that you interface with. And it hasn't changed in all that time. So we take the brand promise very, very seriously. When I joined the firm, and we first did 25 years ago a visioning, there was a very kind of even attitude. If you asked the leadership of the firm, what we were about, it was very much client service. And we did great design work. But there wasn't a lot of narrative around the value of that design work. It was around the value of client service. And then 20 some years ago, at a visioning session, we started to kind of expand, our thinking towards articulating a design value to our communities, to the purpose of what we do, to the culture inside the office, as well as our client service. That's probably the biggest evolution. I've been in the US 27 years. I've been a citizen for 20 of those 27 years. And it has been interesting to come from what was maybe the design culture of Europe and to then come to the US and see perhaps the difference in approach to design and bring some of the qualities of the education I had. There seemed to be a lot more focus on the rigor of design, on the detail of design. The US was just such a big playground of design, and there were maybe in a way less constraints. You work in a European city that has less space. You apply a different rigor because you've got a smaller playground. So integrated design as a construct, as a process, outside of just our firm, is bringing all of the stakeholder voices together at the earliest stage in the project to make all the crucial design decisions and run through all the iterations at the earliest moments. And then it's efficient to then go and produce that work. Our firm believes in that. In our firm, it means that we get to approach everything not simply through the lens of the architect, but through the lens of all of the disciplines in our firm. It's often forgotten that, we are lifelong learners. I learned more about structural engineering because a structural engineer sat next to me. I learned more about the necessities of mechanical engineering or sustainable methodology because I didn't have to make a moment in time, organise a meeting, and then the big one for me was expect that at that calendar event we would have creativity. So the value to the firm is it brings this a collaboration and creativity in the in-between spaces of the kind of organised calendar events. So employee ownership is both a structural construct of the enterprise of the firm, as well as a cultural construct. And it's the cultural construct that's valued. But what employee ownership is for us is an enterprise structure that provides opportunity to have a meaningful voice across the breadth of the firm. Yes, we have a leadership structure. It's a matrix. It's not a funnel. It doesn't only drive up through this pyramid. It creates a level of ownership. We say very often in the firm, when any level a person has to make a decision or for the firm or even for the client, act like an owner. What would an owner do? You're not a worker. You're an owner, and you're standing in front of a client or a community saying, I am part of this. If we don't design the solutions, we'll never combat climate. Somebody has to design them. And that is a wonderful burden. And that means we have an impact on the climate of the world. And so we play a crucial role in bringing as much value as we possibly can to the thing we control, the built environment, with as little resource use as possible. We're the ones that create it, so we're the ones that need to care about it. Some of the innovation that we're talking about, we don't have the technology yet to do some of these things, but technology is probably accelerating faster than anything else on the planet right now. And so I still have incredible optimism that as long as we care and focus, that we can reach the goals of 2030. The impact of technology, it has certainly accelerated the expectation of what we do. It's not going away, it's not changing, and it's only getting quicker. The pace of change and expectation of its utilization is only getting quicker. In the next 1, 3, and 5 years, I just think we're going to see a constant acceleration. The impact of the 1, 3, and 5 is there's a lot more people involved in it and inside our industry. The demographic of our design firm has changed. We have 50 technologists, from parametric designers, but now data scientists, software programmers, application developers. And I don't think there's a project that doesn't utilize some level of value, not just from the standpoint of creativity or innovation. It's from the standpoint of proof of concept. Data is a valuable thing as a construct, and to be able to prove that your designs work. Never ask anybody in design to do or execute something that you're not willing to do yourself. Never expect that from your design team. Have as many mentors as you can find that are champions of you, that are advocates for you, that are meaningful. Be visible in whatever authentic manner that means to you. To me, it was to be outward and passionate and involved, and to others it's not. So visibility, mentorship, and don't ask others to do things that you are not willing to do is the best advice I've ever had, and the advice that I pass on at in a way a very simplistic level. So that's it.